Hello everyone, it's Spike with the Pagan Vlogs, and this is a video response to Cheggy's Psychic Power spell. Your spell could not have come at a more perfect time. Just yesterday night, I asked the goddess and I asked Ganesha to, and I say the goddess because my goddess figure is more of a general goddess, whereas the god I work with is I work with the horn god, but I more work with Ganesha specifically. So that's just how I work personally. But but yeah. So I asked the goddess to and Ganesha to help me with my psychic abilities. I am trying to grow my sense of the spiritual world, divination skills and whatnot. I mean, I'm pretty good with tarot, but you know, other sorts of divination skills also. And it's perfect that this came up. I didn't do it on my carpet. I actually was going to, but I decided I wanted to instead do it on my altar. So I thought this is an appropriate time to show my altar. I made a few changes. Used to have a bunch of crystals. Now it definitely has a few crystals laying out, but I decided to bag a lot of them because they were taking way too much space on my altar. So I thought I would show you for the specific spell. I apologize if I'm trying to sort of see what I'm showing you. Um, so I have some tarot cards laid out. And I chose to use my Dragon Tarot, and first of all, I used this purple candle. This one, I'm using this purple candle. It's special to me. I passed on the flame of Samhain, and so I'm going to use that flame. Some people don't believe in using a candle again after it's been used with a different intention, but I feel like the intention is relevant to everything that happened on Samhain. This is actually, and this isn't the original candle I used on Samhain. I passed over the flame, but I thought this candle would be appropriate. And no, I do not have the candle. I just had to get rid of it today that I originally used on Samhain because it was too low. I have a few symbols out here besides my. I do have my little Ganesha nearby, but I like to have them for a lot of things, just removing obstacles. But I have this. This is just what I'm using. I'm not necessarily making any suggestions. I have a lot of white candles nearby, so I'm also going to light a little black candle to help with the magic. I consider black a very magical color and a color that connects with communication with the other side and psychic ability. Not as much as purple to psychic ability, but for me it has a lot to do with my communication with the other side, and so I think it would make sense that I would use a black candle. I used a couple cards. This one is more of a self-representation. The cards that I'm using, though, are the Star, the tarot cards that are relevant to me, the High Priestess. This is my Dragon Tarot, my favorite deck, my personal deck, I'd have to say. The Magician, and the Moon. And some of you might not be comfortable with this next one, and this is just for my own purposes too, is the Death card. And that's, again, because I'm trying to communicate with the other side, so to me that's the card that represents the other side. For the crystals, I do have a lot of amethyst, Nambi and amethyst. So I have some amethyst laid out, along with my main amethyst crystal that I plan to use. But also I have some stones like black tourmaline, and most of these I believe are Apache or black onyx. I'm not sure what the difference is between the two. But one of them is kind of a little bit more clear. I think it's this one. So I don't know what that one is, but I'm using it anyway because black crystals are very good for psychic things. Usually the color connects well to psychic abilities. And also, malachite. And one thought that I have is that it is actually good to have divination tools around you, such as, this happens to be malachite also, but my pendulum. I use it for divination, so it's good for me to use it so it can pick up on the energy. My rose quartz pendulum is sort of nearby, so it'll pick up on some energy, along with, I have a little calcite crystal ball that I use sometimes for divination that will have its energy. And this thing is huge, so it's got to go back a little further so it doesn't distract too much from the spell. But my clear quartz, as you can tell, this is a Some of you might think this is fake. No, it's real clear quartz, but it is lab-made quartz. So it doesn't have all the inclusions. It'd be nice if it did, but it's huge, and I got it for free, so I definitely have no complaints. But no, it is real clear quartz. It's simply quartz that was made in a lab. But either way, I think it's really awesome to have such a huge like crystal ball. Um, but yeah, it was made of laboratory quartz. But I would like to get a clear quartz with inclusions. I hear there are places where you can trade in a lab quartz crystal ball for a smaller clear crystal ball that does have inclusions. Again, it would be significantly smaller, but frankly that one's almost. I like the size of it, but at the same time, it can be like I don't have a very good holder for it, so it's kind of like until I get a good holder, it's sort of in the way. And until I get enough space where I can just have my crystal ball scrying area, that I can make a little area. I don't know. I could probably make a lot more room in my room if I moved quite a few things, but I guess I'm not ready to do that yet. Um, but yeah, that's what I have set up. Just those are just some suggestions for stones. I did my research, and those stones do seem to correlate well, and just any stones you feel. Of course, a lot of my altars is stuff I like, and it has nothing to do with the spell. White and black candles are very good, along with the purple candle. If you like to light other candles besides one, some people just like to light one candle, but for me, I like to light a lot of candles. I like to light all the time, or at least when I'm doing significant work. Um, I might like them all. And oh, I'm personally doing this spell for 7 days, and I figured that was the best numerological number to do. Um, and I'm doing. I don't have the string yet. I need to go get that. I think I have the string somewhere nearby, but I don't have the string that I'm going to use for the spell yet. But I do have. Sorry, I keep messing up my earrings. It's just uneven. But I do have all the other stuff. So I do have string. I just haven't gotten the string yet. But I have everything else, and so I'm going to be doing this for 7 days. I'm going to keep this set up on my altar for the 7 days and focus my energy mainly on the spell, but I'm only doing the string thing the first time. But I am saying the incantation each time. And the reason I'm only doing the string thing the first time is because I only need to do it once for the knot to go away. I don't need to recreate the knot. So it's like, that's the way I see the symbolism, is that I don't need to recreate the knot. I just have to acknowledge the knot once and then let it go away, rather than doing that part more than once, but rather using each day to further the intention of the spell. So that's just how I view it. Any of you can do it the way you feel, but that's just how I feel. So, yeah. It's Spike with the Pagan Vlogs. Peace out. Much love to everybody. This was a great video. If you've watched this, go watch the spell video. Really, you should have watched that first, because otherwise you won't have any clue what I'm talking about. But if you go watch it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, blessed be everybody.